Hi guys, welcome to the video. My name's Holdtight. Today I'm going to be showing you one of the most powerful prayer methods in the game. This method is extremely strong for Iron Man accounts and mains alike, and I think it will make you consider going for 120 or 200 mil prayer here, as the XP and GP gains are quite insane. You'll see just how much potential this method has, and the experience rates shown here can absolutely be improved upon now and in the future. So this method utilises a mid-level alt account with branches of Darkmire completed. This is absolutely essential to the method, and if you do not have easy access to an account with these requirements, or you're not willing to get one, then this will not be available to you. However, you will still find value in this video if you are looking to AFK Vyres in the future. On screen now is a breakdown of requirements for both accounts and setups that I currently use. For the luring method to be viable, you'll need soul splitting overloads. I would say that overall this method is extremely cheap and accessible. Also, it's important to note that if you're a hardcore, you cannot die here unzerked with a Ring of Life on. So do with this information as you like, as we're now going to see how it's done. Just quickly before I show you how to do the method, you'll need to learn how to set up Vyre spawns, and this applies to everyone. For the exact reason that Vyres can be lured, they can also be caught in some bizarre places, which will hurt your XP rate significantly. On screen you can see every level 98 Vyre spawn marked in red, and common places you can find them out of place marked in green. If you aren't using an alt and are just AFKing with access to only one account, consider a preset which includes the House Draken outfit so that you can reset Vyre spawns yourself. On screen is an example of what this might look like. Be sure to ignore Vyres A and B marked on screen, as they are not worth your time to lure. Okay, so into the live game, and we have our main set up by the tree. So he's getting Vyre kills, and that's good for us. We're now pulling the Vyres out of the house, as you can see. And what we're trying to do is set them up behind the flagpole. That's going to allow us to get an extra lure onto our character for free. So we essentially set them up at the start of the trip, and throughout the time period that you're here, an extra Vyre will be lured onto your main, as you'll see in the video. So I killed the Vyre, caught behind the flagpole. Now there's space, and what I'm doing here is shuffle them about to line them up on the wall, so they're perfectly aligned, and that's exactly where you want them. You can see very subtly there's a slight click in their head as they pull aggression to your main, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. In this example you can see that the Vyre didn't successfully gain aggression, so all you do is just lure it again. You'll need to pull the Vyres out of the house to gain the maximum experience. Simply auto attack them, go outside the house, close the door, wait for them to come to the door, open the door again, move away from them in line with the door, and they will pull aggression to your main. There are two Vyres around here, and you need to make sure you're catching them and luring them away from the tree. To do this with ease, I just run down the stairs slightly, surge away, and align them with my character. To drastically increase your kills per hour, you need to walk over tiles like this to cause the Vyres to stack. This tricks the Vyre into thinking the tile is empty, and is what makes this method so strong. A key decider on how much XP per hour you get is how well you pull Vyres out of this house. If the Vyres in this house are aggressive to your main, you're going to get serious XP rates. However, a lot of the time they will mess up, so you need to make sure that you follow what I do here. You'll want to do this frequently, as Vyres can walk into the house from outside, or they can get caught in the corners, and you want to reset them so you have the chance for them to go aggressive instantly. And lastly, you're just picking up 3 Vyres here with chain, luring them towards your main, but make sure that you're aligned with the fence here, or you can trap them in the doorway. Okay, so pulling everything that I've shown you together, we're into a double clip, and I'm just showing you the full method and full run of what I prefer to do, and what I've found to be the best equilibrium between increasing your XP rates significantly and decreasing the amount of actions I'm making, so that this method could be easily replicated and sustainable for long periods of time. I'd say it's quite bearable. It only feels like you're playing on one account when you're doing this. I personally would have done a lot more of this method if I wasn't focused on getting 200 mil prayer ASAP. You could definitely break this into chunks of time and make it very manageable. For the most part, I was AFKing in my journey. If you were to lure the entire time that you're here, you're going to save incredible amounts of time on your journey to 120 or 200 mil. For perspective, I was getting around 380k prayer experience per hour meleeing AFK. And when I was luring, I was getting 580k XP an hour in prayer, as you can see on the screen, and that was incredible, like 2.4 million total XP an hour. And that's not including how much you're increasing your bank by. It's just absolutely cracked. And I think this method in particular has a lot of potential in the future. Maybe a new item comes out that makes things disgusting. I mean, these rates weren't even used in a Book of When, which currently exists in the game. So that's why I say this method can easily hit 600k XP an hour with top tier setups and efficient luring. Just be sure to focus on making the Vyres stack and getting as many as possible on top of your main, and you'll see how incredibly busted this strategy is. Obviously, if you're someone who just wants to AFK permanently, this method is not for you, but you can save hundreds of hours with this method if done correctly, so it's worth considering regardless of what kind of player you are. Anyways, I hope you all found this video very useful. I've spent hundreds of hours in this place now, and when I perfected this run, I kind of had to show you all because I would have loved this video to exist when I started my Vyre grind. I would have saved so much time, so now hopefully you guys can. So drop a like if this helped and subscribe for more videos.